Alderman Jacob.
Here.
Alderman Lazara. Alderman Sizmarsky.
Here.
Alderman E. Wesley.
Here.
Alderman R. Wesley.
Here.
Alderman Winger.
Here.
Alderman Woods.
I declare a quorum present. Please stand and join the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First, I need a motion to approve the city council minutes of December 19th. Do I have a motion?
So move. Second.
Any corrections, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, do any citizens wish to be heard on matters not listed on the agenda? Having none. Written communiques. I do have two written communiques. One is from the Historical Society. They are requesting their $6,500 donation, which they've been receiving the past few years, and last year we did an additional $5,000. They're requesting that as well, and I know this will be coming up at the budget, I take it, correct? Next, we have Quest Diagnostics is having a job fair, January 25th, 2014, between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. The location is 1050 Illinois Route 83, Bensonville, Illinois. Quest Diagnostics does have a facility here in Wooddale, and I believe they were looking for 50 positions here at the Wooddale office as some type of medical technologies, billing supervisors, billing data entry, laboratory assistants, billing representatives, and billing customer services. So in the email that they had sent, I asked them to send me a flyer. This is the flyer. I had mentioned 50 jobs here in Wooddale and 50 over at the Bensonville facility. So anybody who is looking, those are 100 positions that are available. And Mayor's report. All I want to say is thanks to Public Works and the Police Department for all their efforts on the snowfall. I know it was mentioned last week, but I'd like to extend another thank you to the entire staff. City Manager's report, Mr. Murmas.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have one item. It's really funny how the timing works out. We've got the strategic plan on the agenda tonight, and a couple of different items in that plan have mention of intergovernmental cooperation, have mention of getting local students involved in projects together with the city, and we have a item for manager's report tonight that kind of reflects both those initiatives that the council feels are important. So I'm just going to turn it over to Chief Vesta. He'll say a couple quick words, and then we have a brief presentation.
Community outreach and information about what happens in the city. We were tasked with coming up with a video overview of police operations. We had previously done a K-9 video in-house. As part of that effort, we reached out to Fenton High School to see if anyone over there would be interested in working on a video and shooting some video over here and compiling it into just an informational video. So Ben Nelson, one of the media teachers over there in his classes, they had done some work on this, and they've completed the video for us, and we just posted it today to our YouTube page. It's about 6 minutes long, and we just wanted to share it with everyone. So I wanted to thank them for their assistance on it.
Thank you.
Wooddale Police Department is a CALEA certified police department, which is a national accreditation. The Wooddale Police Department proudly participates in other fun events during the year, like the Green Fair, the Cop on Top for Special Olympics, National Night Out, Senior Luncheon, and Prairie Fest, just to name a few. Currently have 4 detectives as well as 3 other officers who work in conjunction with the detective unit. Deputy Chief Murray oversees all the officers. The investigations participate in organizations like the Internet Child Exploitation Task Force, DuPage County Fire Investigation Task Force, the DUMEG Unit, Major Crime Task Force, the DuPage Juvenile Officer Association, the Midwest Gang Investigators Association, NIPUS, as well as many other organizations. This part of the department investigates all major crimes reported. The Investigations Division also makes a significant contribution to the prevention of crime. This is done by analyzing data, gathering intelligence information, and discerning patterns of criminal activity. When data and patterns of criminal activity yield enough information, the Investigation Division may conduct surveillance, execute search warrants, conduct sting operations, or initiate a task force to address ongoing criminal activity. Our current canine is Canine Leica. She is a German Malinois which was born in the Netherlands in 2006. She is trained in detecting narcotics, cannabis, methamphetamine, cocaine, and other derivatives of those drugs. Canine Leica is also trained in article searches, which are items that may have been discarded during the commission of a crime. Also trained in tracking of offenders or missing subjects. Per government requirements, Canine Leica is trained monthly by her handler, Officer O'Neill. The Wooddale Police Department coordinates a community emergency response team, which is funded by a grant from the Department of Homeland Security. We train ordinary people to handle emergencies in the event of a natural disaster or terrorist attack. These members go through rigorous training with specialized officers within the department. The Wooddale Police Department Communication Unit serves the City of Wooddale as the vital link to emergency and non-emergency services. The unit is responsible for the Wooddale Police Department communications and must monitor numerous other radio channels simultaneously. The center is staffed 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. On November 19, 2009, the Communications Unit was reaccredited for the 3rd time and recognized as a nationally accredited communication center. Currently, only 6 communication units in the state of Illinois have that accreditation. The Wooddale Police Department has 3 shifts of patrol. Midnight shift, which works from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., day shift, which is 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., and afternoon shift, which is 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. The everyday duties of a patrol officer are traffic enforcement, initial investigations into crimes, ordinance enforcement, and responding to emergency and non-emergency calls. There are 2 school resource officers in the City of Wooddale. One is assigned to Fenton High School, which is School District 100, and one officer is assigned to District 7, which is Oakbrook, Westview Grade School, as well as the Wooddale Junior High. The position is paid for by the school districts. The liaison officer has received training and certification in many areas to qualify them to work with juveniles, such as being a state-certified juvenile specialist and nationally certified school resource officer. In addition to the duties at the school, the liaison officer is responsible for other investigation duties, including follow-up with juvenile cases, as well as working with the peer jury program, which is put on through the Wooddale Police Department. The indoor shooting range was renovated in the fall of 2012.
Well, this is our control room for our indoor-outdoor range. This is where the instructors can safely monitor us while we are qualifying, and we can shoot, and they can also give us instruction.
Updates include new backstops of range being retrofitted with ground-up tire composite, which will absorb high-powered rounds from hitting the back wall of the range. This allows range officers to train in a controlled situation. Prior to the renovations, there was a limit on what kind of rounds would be able to be shot. The new renovations allow officers to shoot all the weapons that are equipped in the squad cars, which include the AR-15, the shotgun, and the Glock 21, which is the standard handgun that is issued to the Wooddale Police Department. Just remember, if you ever need any more information about Wooddale or Wooddale Police Department, you can always go to www.wooddale.com. Just remember, the Wooddale Police Department is here to serve you. In case of emergency, always dial 911. The non-emergency number for the Wooddale Police Department is area code 630-766-2060.
Just want to mention the audio, the translation to this speaker system for some reason is a little bit off. It's better online, but just want to thank Fenton for their assistance on the project.
One other thing, I'd like to pass it over to Public Health and Safety Chairman Roy Wesley. I think he had a couple words that he wanted to say.
Well, again, it's a good tape. I thank the police department for their efforts and Fenton High School for what they've done. So, I take it we're going to put this on Channel 6, right?
Yeah, we're going to put it on the both PUG channels, 6 and 99, and then also on the website linked over to YouTube. Concludes my report.
Thank you. Next, consent agenda. We have 5 items on the agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda, the 5 items.
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions? Roll call?
Alderman Jacob?
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky?
Yes.
Alderman E. Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman R. Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman Winger?
yes,
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
That passes. Next, I'll entertain a motion to approve the items on the agenda. Item number 1, a resolution seeking to approve an agreement with DMD Demolition for the demolition of 200 Forest View in the amount of $16,000. Item number 2, a resolution seeking to approve an agreement with DMD Demolition for the demolition of 277 Edgebrook in the amount of $16,000. Item number 3, a resolution authorizing the execution of the Illinois Public Works Mutual Aid Network Agreement. Item number 4, resolution adopting the strategic plan for the City of Wooddale for fiscal year 2015 and 16. Item number 5, an ordinance amending the municipal code of City of Wooddale to increase the monthly water rate reduction for certain classes of persons and to add the United States military veterans to those eligible for monthly water rates and scavenger service rate reduction. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Alderman Catalano? Alderman Jacob?
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky?
Yes.
Alderman E. Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman R. Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman Winger?
yes,
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
That passes. Next, committee chairman reports, planning and zoning, Alderman Woods.
Mayor, I have one report, report and recommendation, CDC recommendation for 365 East Irving Park Road. Mayor, and at this time, I was going to make a motion to table this back to committee. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Alderman Jacob?
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky?
Yes.
Alderman E. Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman R. Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman Winger?
yes,
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
That passes. That would be the next committee day.
It goes to,
That's next week,
it goes to committee.
next week.
Okay. And that counts.
Right.
That is the end of my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Public Health and Safety, Alderman Roy Wesley.
No report.
Thank you. Public Works, Chairman and Vice Chair are not here this evening, so item number 1, report and recommendation, pay request, partial number 4, Northwest General Contractors Incorporated for the 2013 Infrastructure Improvements Project in the not-to-exceed amount of $213,938.01. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
second,
Questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Alderman Eugene Wesley, go ahead.
How much is going to be left on this, this contract, and is there going to be enough to repair the asphalt? That's faulty out there, the driveways, it's faulty and everything else. I mean, how much was I mean, I didn't
Mr.
see the
Murmas?
memo here.
Our representative from Trotter and Associates is here. He's got a detailed breakdown. I know that it's, in speaking with him, it's an adequate amount, but he's got exact numbers if he wants to.
Is the microphone on there, or otherwise you can go to the podium, either way.
And why,
It's on, okay. Go ahead, Mr. Bushner.
The last pay request, since they hit substantial completion, reduces retention down to 5%, so it's 5% on only the work that they've completed, which is $118,411.59. And then there's also an additional $25,500 being held for areas that we've identified as that we want to review in the spring for pavement. Any of the brick driveways, I don't believe we paid them for those yet. So we have roughly $118,000 plus $25,000, so $143,000 and change that we're holding.
Did you have a follow-up, Alderman?
yeah,
Go ahead.
so are you saying that that may be enough to do
That's
the
enough.
rest of
Go
it?
ahead.
That's enough to repave half of Cedar and half of Montrose between Wooddale Road and Central. Enough to, per the unit prices, enough to grind and repave half of it.
So,
Go ahead, follow-up.
the
Continue.
follow-up. So my question now, and the aprons that are collapsed already or sunk into, there's houses out there that the driveways are, the asphalt is collapsed. Is that on that list?
Mr. Bushner, go ahead.
That would have to be part of the 5%. I believe we only paid them for $23,000 of asphalt driveways so far.
Okay, let me do it.
Actually, to add to the Alderman, just before it started snowing, some of those driveways, we looked at them and you could tell they were wavy,
Okay, they're the asphalt driveways?
the
Yes.
asphalt
Okay.
driveways. Go ahead, follow him.
My follow-up to that, so now we are finding on what you just stated today is that we are finding defects in the asphalt now that you're going to grind them up and resurface them now on Montrose and South Cedar, am I correct?
We have
Go
one
ahead.
area on Cedar that has, it's not structural, it's more cosmetic.
Okay,
So what we agreed to with the contractor was to not pay him for that section, to reevaluate it in the spring.
and then the Montrose?
Go ahead.
Montrose, we're holding just the 5%.
But you said that you got enough there to regrind and resurface.
If
just
needed.
Correct.
that was just using it as an example, to kind of give you a ballpark of how much we're holding.
And
Go ahead.
And do we have any idea, once asphalt plants come back, how quick they will be out here to fix these situations?
Mr. Bushner.
We haven't received an exact schedule yet, but there is a final completion date built into the contract that they have to abide by, or they get penalized with liquidated damages.
And then where does your contract fall on this project? How much more do we owe Trotter?
I believe we've expended our budget, but we're obligated to complete the work under the contract.
So, Mr. Bonnet, comes back to the legal question. I don't know if I should do it here or in exec session.
Probably be more appropriate in executive session, but just by point of information, the liquidated damages are not designed to be a penalty. They're to offset the additional costs incurred by the city as a result of the delay of the contractor.
Sorry.
Okay.
Do you have anything to follow?
No, I'll take it back to.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any other questions on this? Roll call.
Alderman Jacob?
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky?
Oh, he's got another question.
You had another question? Oh, I thought you were finished.
Well,
I'm sorry.
well, the other question is,
I apologize.
since we're going to have a discussion, exec session on this, why will we vote for this now?
Mr. Bond.
Well, is it a question that's going to result in a denial of the claim, perhaps?
No, not this one, no. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Continue with the roll call.
I'm going to start all over.
Okay.
Alderman Jacob?
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky?
Yes.
Alderman E. Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman R. Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman Winger?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
That passes. Item number 2 will be referred later in the meeting. That concludes Public Works, Finance, and Administration. Alderman Sismarski.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Other business, none. Approval list of bills, January 2nd, and then January 16th. Alderman Sismarski.
List of bills is read for January 2nd, 2014 is $901,783.53.
Is that your motion?
That's my motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions on this list of bills?
Mr.
Go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, I believe the, in that list of bills there is.
No.
That's
Oh, I'm
just-
sorry. Okay.
Alderman Woods,
Don't
you have
have
the
a
next
question.
question.
Yeah, on the bills. That was, you know what, never mind. We're good.
Any questions on that? Roll call?
Alderman Jacob?
Yes.
Alderman Sismarski?
Yes.
Alderman E. Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman R. Wesley?
Yes.
Alderman Winger?
Yes.
Alderman Woods?
Yes.
That passes. Next, January 16th, 2014, Alderman Sismarski.
There, I have a total of $1,010,458.23, but I'd like to pull the maximum
Okay, you're going to pull the
maximum pay of $357,188.85 till after executive session.
and your motion is to approve the $653,269.38?
Yes.
Okay, that's a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions on this list of bills?
That's all, Mayor.
Okay, well, Alderman Woods is
I'm
going
sorry.
through it. I don't want to cut him off.
Yeah.
One
Alderman
question
Woods,
on
go
the removal of the AT&T. I'm sure that's that building or facility at the treatment plant, I'm assuming? That cost us
Mr. Wilson,
29,
who's going to take that? Jeremy?
I'm not asking you.
What page was that?
Page 2 of the printed
Of the-
pages.
Okay,
I don't know where that is.
yeah, it's
It's probably
list
one.
of bills, yeah,
Yeah.
we're good. Page 133, actually, of the whole packet. Mr. Wilson, go ahead.
Correct. That is work to be done over the treatment plant. I think it's fiber optic line over by the water, that little concrete building they have over there.
But we had to pay to remove that building, or, I mean, that was theirs. I'm assuming part of the agreement is that if it was in the way, they would move it at their cost. So I'm wondering why we incurred a cost.
Good question. I'm going to defer to one of the gentlemen behind me on that one. I know it's for
I see
the
there's a
cost to...
discussion between the engineers and... Who's going to take this one? Justin? Yes.
That is from AT&T to disconnect the phone line. Williams Brothers would remove the duct bank at their own cost. It's just to disconnect that phone line. AT&T had engineering and whatever other fees were in that with that bill.
But disconnect,
Alderman.
what phone line?
It's
Just
a
like one
it's a set
phone?
of it's a set of phone lines for the SCADA system
Okay.
out at the water wastewater treatment plant.
Are those the ones that were in the
They're-
parking lot?
Correct, and they are no longer being used.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Anything further?
Yeah, page 5 of the same document, environmental services for asbestos samples was $3,250.
Is that going to be used, Mr. Forrest? Is that for one of the properties, I take it?
Is that for 2 of the properties? Okay, that's what I thought, but it didn't really say, so, okay, thank you. I think just one more.
No problem.
Oh, you're lucky that was it. I had that one answered.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky.
Yes.
Alderman E. Wesley.
Yes.
Alderman R. Wesley.
Yes.
Alderman Winger.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
That passes. Okay. Well, we don't have to table that. We already referred it to after executive session. We do need executive session tonight. Review the official minutes, land acquisition, probable litigation, and then we do need a motion to recess because we're going to have to come out for that one item under.
Make that motion.
Second.
What?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Present?
Oh,
We don't need a roll call
okay, you say so.
because we recessed. All right, back to Public Works. I need a motion. Report and recommendation pay request, partial number 18, Maxim Construction for the North Wastewater Treatment Plant Upgrades Phase 1A project in the not-to-exceed amount of $276,511.85. Do I have a motion?
Make that motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Oh, okay.
Alderman Sismarski.
Okay. Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky.
Yes.
Alderman E. Wesley. Oh, boy.
Yes.
Alderman R. Wesley.
Yes.
Alderman Winger.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
That passes now. Need a approval list of bills for January 16th. Alderman Sismarski, one bill.
Yes. Mayor, I'd like to have the payout for Maxim, the partial payout number 18, $276,511.85.
That's
To
your
the list of
motion?
bills, yes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
And who is this?
Alderman Woods.
For the 16th, we didn't do the second? Okay. Alderman Jacob.
Yes.
Alderman Sizmarsky.
Yes.
Alderman E. Wesley.
Yes.
Alderman R. Wesley.
Yes.
Alderman Winger.
Yes.
Alderman Woods.
Yes.
That passes. We have no
Oh,
items to be
okay.
referred. Motion to adjourn. Do I have a
Second.
second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. I heard everybody say aye.